Beryl is a swordsman in his mid-40s who teaches swordsmanship at a small dojo in a countryside village. Though he is strong, he always sees himself as nothing more than an average swordsman. To make matters worse, his parents constantly pressure him to find a wife and give them grandchildren, which he finds endlessly frustrating. And then one day, he is visited by one of his former pupils, Lucia, who is now the commander of the Royal Order of Knights. Her visit brings a smile to Beryl's face, and he asks what brings her all the way out to the countryside. In response, she hands him an imperial order, official seal, attached, and explains that she has recommended him as a special instructor to the Royal Order, and that his appointment has already been approved. Much to Beryl's surprise, the order isn't a request, but it's a command. If he refuses, there will be serious consequences. Lucia then adds that a carriage is waiting outside and that they will be staying in the capital that night. Shocked, Beryl turns to his father, who simply smiles and says that the dojo is closed tomorrow anyway, so it won't interfere with his teaching schedule. He adds that while Beryl is in the capital, he might as well find himself a wife. Then, looking at Lucia, he casually asks, "How about her?" Angry, Beryl scolds his father, telling him to stop fooling around or he'll upset her, especially given the large age gap between them. Little does he know, Lucia blushes and doesn't seem to mind the idea at all. On the way to the capital, Beryl notices that Lucia is still using the sword he gave her years ago. He smiles and tells her he's happy that she still uses it, though he points out it might not be suitable for someone of her rank now. Lucia, however, refuses to part with it, saying the sword is perfect for her. She then excitedly tells him how happy she is that he'll be working in the capital. Now, everyone will finally get to know who he is. But Beryl doesn't share her excitement. He feels like he's too old to take on such an important role. When they arrive, Beryl is stunned by the size of the inn where he'll be spending the night. The next day, Lucia introduces Beryl to all the knights, proudly telling them how amazing he is. While some of the knights seem impressed, a few look displeased, and Beryl starts to feel the pressure. After the introduction, Lucia suggests that Beryl could instruct the knights 3 or 4 times a month, just enough to help them improve without interfering too much with his duties at the dojo. Just then, a knight named Kuroni approaches them. To Beryl's surprise, she turns out to be another one of his former students. Seeing how she has grown into such a fine knight fills Beryl with pride. That night, when Beryl returns home, he's surprised to find another former student, Randrid, waiting for him along with his wife and child. Randrid explains that he's decided to quit his job as an adventurer even though he's a platinum rank because he wants to settle down and raise his family in the village. After all, even though adventuring pays well, it's still a dangerous life. Hearing this, Beryl's father smiles and tells Beryl not to worry about the dojo anymore, as he's already convinced Randrid to take over as the new dojo master, so Beryl can focus on his new role in the capital. Then, with a teasing grin, he adds that Beryl shouldn't come back until he finds himself a wife. That last part makes Beryl angry. After all, this is also his house too. The next day, while Lucia is helping Beryl look for a place to stay in the capital, she suddenly suggests that he stay at her place instead. Beryl, of course, thinks she's only joking and quickly turns down the offer. As they continue walking and talking, they are suddenly stopped by an adventurer named Serena. She tries to provoke Lucia by mocking her, calling her a wimp for casually walking around town with a man despite being the commander of the Royal Order. To her surprise, when Serena looks at Beryl, she immediately recognizes him. It turns out she is also one of his former students. As a child, she had been taken in and taught swordsmanship by him. Seeing how well she turned out, Beryl smiles and explains the situation to her. After that, Lucia and Serena begin arguing over who would be the better person to help him find a place to stay in the capital. Eventually, they manage to find a place for Beryl to stay. Later, at the training hall, Lucia announces to all of the knights there that Beryl will be instructing them today. A guy named Henblitz, who is the vice commander, then steps forward and challenges Beryl, saying he needs to prove how skilled he really is before taking on the role. Lucia agrees, thinking it's a great opportunity for Beryl to show off his skills too. Beryl, however, doesn't see it that way. He just hopes he won't embarrass himself too badly when he loses. As the battle begins, Henblitz comes at Beryl with full force. All the knights watching assume Beryl is going to lose, but to their surprise, he manages to block every strike. Frustrated, Henblitz unleashes his signature move, but Beryl dodges it with ease. Impressed, Henblitz quickly changes his attitude toward Beryl. He apologizes and expresses his respect. From that moment on, he looks forward to working with Beryl. Meanwhile, back in the village, Beryl's father is happy that his son finally left, believing Beryl is meant for greater things than staying in this small village. Hearing this, Randred agrees. After all, in all his years as an adventurer, he has never met a better swordsman than Beryl. If you come this far, please consider liking and subscribing for more videos like this. Thank you.